Relegation candidates met at the City Calling Stadium, and for stretches of this game it wasn't difficult to see why these two sides are at the wrong end of the table. Sligo bossed possession for large parts, but poor finishing will almost prove their undoing, starting out with this Alan Keane effort. Sligo were then reduced to 10 men in the 25th minute of the game. Central defender Tim Clancy clashing with Longford's Gary Shaw, the striker retaliating to the initial challenge as tempers began to boil. Certainly the pair clashed, with flailing arms from both men, Clancy seemingly coming off the better. The defender needed restraining though, while the referee Sean Gannon made up his mind. That he did, and Clancy was off. The mood wasn't helped then by the yellow card flashed the way of the Longford striker. Sligo's players expressed their feelings, but as they know, a referee never changes his mind. Nonetheless, Sligo looked destined to break the deadlock, but for the intervention of Gannon on the line to avert Gavin Pear's goal-bound effort. Longford were short on any real goal-scoring chances, but almost benefited from a good old bit of lady luck. Noel Haverty with the surge forward. Shaw's flick almost ended up in the back of the net via Alan Keane. Only determination to get back up kept it level. Still, Sligo seemed the more likely of the two to break the deadlock, and when Raf Crotaro on his 500th league appearance got on the end of Corcoran's knockdown, only the woodwork saved the hosts. Paul Skinner's goal was living a charmed life as early second half again Sligo spurned a chance through Crotaro. Mickey Adams has steadied their ship, perhaps work to do though on their finishing. At the back too, Sligo looked more composed as some of their earlier season displays, and despite Keane coughing up an opportunity, Shaw couldn't trouble Brush. And then, despite their struggles, Longford hit a potential match winner with just 8 minutes remaining on the watch. Gannon's cross picked out Caelan Simon at the back post, and somehow his shot squirmed through the legs of the Sligo keeper. A big goal for the town, a bigger challenge now for Sligo, who had Elding and led with on. The much-travelled Elding almost making an immediate impact. Wide this time, but in the last play of the game, Sligo got a deserved reward. Skinner came and failed to get Hughes' hopeful punt, and Elding got the slightest of touches to secure what could prove to be an invaluable point in the battle against the drop. 1-1, it finished in Longford.
You know, we should have seen the game out. We were comfortable, and it's a goal out of nothing that we've dropped the points on.
I felt that Longford were nervous all game, really, and you know, if we'd have had 11 men, I'm sure the outcome might have been slightly different. Disappointed, I have to say, with the officiating tonight, but you know, I can't say too much about that, else I'll get myself into trouble.
Well, Sligo Rovers doing well to get the point, having gone down to 10 men after 25 minutes. We'll talk about that shortly. But at the top of the table, Dundalk are the champions, as you know. Cork City, with a game in hand, are still favourites to take the runners-up spot for the second season running. Shamrock Rovers are third, St Pat's fourth, and Pats have a game in hand over Bohemians. So Bohs look set to finish fifth and Derry sixth. In the bottom half of the table, well, Bray Wanderers look safe enough at this stage. Longford and Galway's extra point or two in the bag just might be enough to keep them out of trouble, but they're not in the clear yet. Sligo Rovers, Drogheda United and Limerick are still the clubs with most to worry about, with just 3 matches to go now. So that relegation battle really is going to be extremely tight and could go down to the final match of the season. So it was very, very significant for Sligo that they got a point in Longford. But let's have a look at the sending off, Alan. Do you think it was fair on Tim Clancy?
Probably not, Peter. The sending off, I think, yeah, is fair, but the fact that only he got sent off. Tim Clancy has a little kick at him there, and you see Shaw reacts. Now, I think he should go for that as well. He starts it, but Clancy definitely throws a right, a little bit of an undercut, whatever you want to call it. But uppercut. But it was stupid from Tim Clancy, because he's an experienced player, Peter, and he's done very well since he's gone into Sligo Rovers. The last few weeks he has, and he's marshalled the defence well alongside Gavin Pearce. But then Shaw obviously only gets a yellow card. I think he should go as well. If you're going to send one of them off, I think the two should go. And I thought that was probably a little bit unfair in Sligo Rovers. They reacted well, in fairness, down to 10 men. They fought. It was a real dogfight down there. I was down at the match. But they reacted well. It was kind of, and they got out of jail at the very end with a terrible mistake from Paul Skinner, you would have to say. Once Longford got the goal with 7 or 8 minutes to go, I thought that was it. But it was a dreadful mistake. You can see how annoyed Tony Cousins was. But it could be a huge point for Sligo Rovers come the end of the season.